Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Trevor Lawrence, the Jags, big win in London, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. So before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of this channel. Not only is it a great way to support the channel if you dig the YouTube stuff, but you get even more Quarterback School content being a member of the Quarterback School Patreon community. So hop over there, join. The link is in the video description. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags, nice win in London, hitting the over right here from the top towards the bottom. Beautiful job. Again, I think when Trevor Lawrence stays on schedule from within the pocket, he's playing at a really high level. And so what I mean by that is lined up, on time, with great rhythm, not leaving early, not playing things too quick, as my guy Kurt would say. This is about as open as you'll ever see. You know, again, what's going on with the Bills and their health issues on the back end, you know, got all sorts of issues. But man, for me here, just post over. Okay, not necessarily what I would consider a great split field concept. This to me is an iteration of quarter, half. So quarter up top, how this thing looks shell-wise, and then half down here to the bottom. And again, they're going to match and try to run with these routes. If you've got the Pass Pro on these overs to be able to kind of sort through all this mess, let them run, first window, second window, third window, you know, and that's into the backyard. That's a great job there from Trevor Lawrence, the pass protection unit, buying enough time. Again, I like the fact that he does kind of do a nice job of getting lined up at the back. So watch him dovetail this thing. You know, he's lined up to the left right there, right? Like you talk a lot about this at the top of the drops for these guys. Watch how he's lined up to his left. That's polish for me. So he's lined up where he wants to go. Now, we get a little clicky there, but we're lined up. We've got enough time. We're able to drive that thing. Beautiful throw right up on the guy's grill. Outstanding. Let's go. This is a beautiful one from Trevor Lawrence right here. 3rd and 6 touchdown pass. We're eventually going to hit the backside post. Up top is the number 1. But to me, this is a full field read, meaning we're going left to right, left, middle, right, touchdown. High back 5. Great job getting your feet down as well. And he takes a shot right here. This is a penalty. But man, all sorts of courage to hang in there and take that hit. Holy moly. From your guy, Eddie O. Boom. Jesus. Getting hit by a fire hydrant. I love it. That is big time. So what is this concept when I'm saying left to right read? That's just kind of an oversimplification for me to say everything is looking 1 over here, so probably in the flat corner. Then we're going to work that little like over or crosser, and then where the touchdown ends up going here on this up, and watch him kind of buy time, shuffle, and then come across. And just read this thing left to right. And again, easier said than done. 3rd and 6 from the 6. Check out his base that he's able to play with here and get through this. Just a really nice job. This is impressive as hell, man. This is execution at a really high level in the NFL red zone. No, yes. See how fast he got through that? I mean, there's no wasted movement in the lower half. No heel click. Again, he plays with as wide of a base as anybody because he's part, giraffe back there, big old dude. That's a hell of a throw, man. And that hit, staring it down, high back 5, that's awesome. This high-level quarterbacking, y'all. Let it wash over you. Big smile if you're a Jaguar fan. That's a hell of a play. And again, I can't overstate the courage it takes to stand in there and stare this thing down as you got a lot of color right into your chin. You want to play quarterback in the league? Probably want to get that check, but that is a big shot. And that's a dot. Let's go. Next one here, to me, this is a turn down. So I know the broadcast did a good job of referencing this thing a few different times, but for me, this is the over on a double post over being available and Trevor Lawrence just not taking it. So whether he wants to classify it as playing too fast or just kind of seeing things pop, over the course of his career, he's going to want to hang in the pocket there and drive this ball down the field. So double post over, what am I talking about? Just kind of universal jargon for post, and then it's going to be paired with this over. And it's not that you never throw the double post. There are certainly instances where you do, but the intent of this thing is almost always here. So you got to let this thing develop, hang back here. If you see this lane part, just buy time. You can shuffle up, but realize, give this thing at least a chance. You got to at least give the main intent of the concept a chance to win here. So just play it out timing wise and see if the evidence kind of concurs with the story I'm trying to tell you. You can see that thing open up. It might not be first window right there between the hashes, but it's going to be second window between the hash and the numbers. Just throw it. It's there. That's open, in my opinion, in the league. Now, again, the other thing I would say here is footwork wise, there's a little play fake, but then that's almost shuffly. You know, again, let's just do the footwork. So he's turned 1, 2. So you're always going to be a little early with a 2-step drop. And maybe with the play fake, it equals a 3. But, you know, you'd want to take a big 3 here or even a tight 5. Let that thing develop because we want to throw that ball. We don't want Trevor Lawrence getting hit. We don't want Trevor Lawrence having to run and scramble for nothing, especially when the number 1 is open. Throw it, dog. Just throw it right on top of the shield. The very tip of the shield. Right there. It's going to be there. You know, there are a number of examples in this game of him playing too quickly. This is just the first one. Next one here, 3rd and 5, a dot down here to the bottom. Short motion, we're going to throw a corner to the number 2. We take another absolute strike to the chest from the fire hydrant, and that is an absolute seed, y'all. Outside the numbers, wide side. Watch the rhythm that he plays with. Left guard taking an L. Boom. Dot. Really nice job here, not getting kahari'd at the bottom of the screen. So for me here, we're just high-lowing the corner with a corner. Okay, I know that's confusing if you don't do the football thing all the time. So what does that mean? The corner is the route and the guy that we're reading. So here's the corner. We're going to run something in the flat here at him, whether it's quick out, whatever. This is just an iteration of smash to me. High-low the corner. So when he's able to come out here, if that corner takes it away, then we got to throw it underneath. If that corner settles at all into the flat area, then we want to take that shot to the corner. Got it? A lot of corners. Hey, but this is a great job from Trevor Lawrence. Standing in there again, delivering the ball deep down the field, outside the numbers this time, taking a shot, getting dumped. Look when he lets this thing go. You know, a little bit of anticipation maybe. Not really. But that's a great read down here to the bottom. You can see that corner kind of suck up on the number 1's route. We got him. Again, that's a really nice throw outside the numbers to the wide side of the field on 3rd down. It's a big-time play. And Mike Zimmer double mug. They run out. Again, you can notice Trevor Lawrence is lined up, even as we get spider cammed here. He's lined up to the left, right? Boom. Again, that's a wide base. He's a big dude. Big-time throw as he gets struck right in the chest and dumped to the ground. Hell yeah. This next one is a bummer. So this is a naked keeper where the number 1 down here to the bottom pops open on a corner, but the corner is able to recover and go get his hand on the ball. He makes a hell of a play. He really does. So that's the first part, is just the recovery on the back end from 30. It's a great play. I actually don't think this is even a bad throw from Trevor Lawrence. I think he's wide open. The throw is good. It's just a nice job from that guy, defender, coming back and knocking this ball out. So what am I talking about? Right here. The number 1 down here to the bottom. Again, we number eligibles outside in and on both sides of the ball. So this number 1 coming up here and running to the corner. Well, we've got all sorts of issues. First of all, the corner right here, 30, he just gets lost. Who knows what coverage this is supposed to be. The middle field player is cutting the backside over. So just think theoretically, if both of these guys, you know, if the number 1 down here to the bottom would have went to the post, I mean, he'd be wide open by himself. He's wide open to the corner. The corner is just able to recover back to the corner. Lots of corners in this video to be able to put his hand on the ball. So they've got all sorts of issues. They've got guys running into each other over here. We've got all sorts of back end issues for Buffalo. But man, these are the ones that just make you sick where you've got, God, we had a massive opportunity for a big play. Nice job seeing it. You know, sometimes I think you can underthrow these and make them like fair catch opportunities that sometimes get knocked down. But this is actually in stride. Now, I think if anything, 17 kind of comes out of that a little slow. Almost surprises himself that he's open right there. But man, just imagine if 17 was going to the post. You want to see something pop wide open. Holy moly. regardless, just close to being a really good play. For Trevor Lawrence, though, I think he plays it damn near perfect. He sees it. He's able to get it open. You're kind of surprised that that pops open on a naked, to be honest. And that's a good enough ball. Just don't hook it up. Next one here. 1st and 10, 2-minute situation, ended the second quarter. Back shoulder fade up top, a dot. Okay, this is a really nice throw versus combo coverage. So for me, this is quarters to the right. You can see Trevor Lawrence here give a little signal. Should we run the fade? Should we? Thumbs up. Yes, please. Get it out. 3, no hitch. Beautiful throw up on his face. Outstanding. So this to me is one of those tough coverages. I'm calling it combo coverage. So what is that? That is 2-man. 2-man is inside leverage, inside eye with like a half field safety. The combo part of it for me is it looks like they're just playing like an iteration of quarters everywhere else. So split field coverage, get 2-man up top, and a great opportunity to beat 2-man is a back shoulder fade. If you can do it, you got inside leverage on him. Beautiful throw. Great hookup, excellent execution. This is a big time throw. Again, I love the subtle little signal. So he's got the ability to kind of get what he wants on the backside of this 3x1. He's lined up. Check out all his feet in the ground. Boom. You're welcome. Out on time, in rhythm, great accuracy. Let's go. This is a rough one. 3rd and 3, 17 seconds left. You know, think for sure you got a field goal here. Get a little strip sack. You know, tough job on the left tackle for sure. And I think that there's some issues as far as the detail of execution here for the Jaguars and their perimeter unit. I like the idea of throwing this. I don't think there's anything necessarily on Trevor Lawrence as far as, you know, you'd love to hold onto the ball, but it's not always possible. But for me here, this is what I'm used to calling red 7 coverage. So first, let's talk just what the scheme is. It looks like they're trying to get the rail here. Okay, now it looks like we're also trying to get like a rub or pick here by the number 1. So you can see he kind of comes in here and he's setting a pick for no one. You know, this is just like a guy who's just learning to play basketball, like doesn't understand quite exactly what's going on space-wise right here. So for me, what would I like to see? I'd like to see a tighter split. I don't care if it gives it away. Tighter split, because the guy we're trying to pick is walked up into the feet of the line of scrimmage. So tighter split, and then come in here like you're actually going to run a route and then try to throw his guy into your guy. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about get in there farther and set the pick on this thing so we actually have this real opportunity for a rail. Now, coverage-wise, what is this? Red 7. And I know a great course that goes into significant detail about stuff like this, but 7 is just the way that I categorize bracket. This is 3x1, so we're going to get some iteration of what I'm going to call stubby up top. Man everywhere he goes, and then these 3 for these 2. Okay, and then it sure looks like we're getting down here where we're almost doubling the number 1, so it's essentially these 2 on this number 1, and then the back is on the back. So we're here to here. So they've got a bunch of different iterations to wait, play brackets, all sorts of different calls. It doesn't really matter other than the fact that you know that you're going to get a double team on both sides most likely. But again, watch this pick to the bottom. You know, he's just too far. He's picking air. You know, see how he's like deking air there? That doesn't help anybody. You're not impacting his path at all. It's like you're running to where you think he's going to be, not where he is. Like you're surprised. So the lack of detail down here to the bottom is not going to help us. And then again, we don't have time. You know, even if he throws it, it's going to be a tough throw. It's going to be a tough hookup. Again, we have to have enough time to be able to throw at least a 1-hitch throw. 1-2 hitch throw. I mean, there's no way we can't play quarterback like that. But the details on the perimeter aren't there either. So it can be a combination of getting exposed on the pass protection unit. Again, just way too much depth. He's turning too quickly at left tackle. No width at all. Nice bend there from 57 for sure. Balls out. Disaster. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. I sincerely appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you for doing that. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community, you know about it. Join, become a member, get even more Quarterback School content. In addition, we've got Quarterback School courses. Now, these courses are the in-depth, detailed, premium content available through the channel. These are deep, deep dives on my favorite football topics. We've got courses on RPOs, tempos, pass protection, how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offensive system available for you. So if you're interested in any and all of those things, hop over there and enroll. The link is in the video description. We also have a bunch of free resources available. Check them out in the video description as well. Finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one here, second half, third quarter. This to me is stick spacing. So stick up top, spacing to the bottom. Another example of Trevor Lawrence just playing too quickly. Okay, we're taking unnecessary hits. It's not that this is a negative play. It's not a negative play. It gains good yardage, but you don't have to go stick to run. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a guy who can only go one and run. So it just looks like he's playing so quickly. And again, what is this concept? Here's the stick. Here's the flat. So this is kind of the stick element of it. And then on the backside, you're going to get someone over the ball. So one of these guys going over the ball. One of them is running a hitch right here. And then someone's probably running a quick out or a flat. And you read this thing right to left all the way across the field. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, versus zone, if you love spacing, you do that. You do you. But this is there. Like, I'm not nobody who's going to sometimes love spacing, but when it's called, play it out. And the sit over the ball is there. Must throw. Must throw. There's no reason to run, right? There's no pass pro issue. The first or second read isn't there. Just throw it to the third guy. He's wide ass open over the ball. That's as open as it ever gets. Don't do this, guy. You don't have to do this. And eventually that will catch up with you because you'll take unnecessary hits. You'll be more exposed to injury. And you want your playmakers to get touches and get the ball in space. One run. Wow. For who, for what? Why are we doing this? So a perfect example of just playing too quickly, not getting through your read, and it leads to unnecessary hits. Next one here, second and forever. Errant snap. Looks like it's perhaps early, certainly high. This is a brutal one. So for a few different reasons. Fortunate that they get the ball back, pushed out of bounds there with the ball. But more so than anything, the thing that I like to say on this channel that I think easily resonates with quarterbacks is you don't want to make a bad play a disaster. And bad plays will happen at every level. They will happen at every level at some point. Making sense of a bad play is a tough feeling. So right here, this is a bad play. Like the snap is terrible right here. Now you get a Romo bounce, meaning just like right into your lap. You get the ball back. Don't make that bad play a disaster. And you don't have a grip on the ball, just protect it. Go down. It's a bummer, no doubt. 3rd and 40, whatever. That sucks. But it's better than giving them the ball on their 40, on your 40. So that skill about not making a bad play a disaster is something that all quarterbacks learn eventually. You hope you don't have to learn it by an actual disaster happening. Right here, we're fortunate that the bad play doesn't turn into a disaster. But Trevor Lawrence, he's trying to cook up a disaster here. He looks like he's trying to throw this thing while he's in the grasp. Right? Just eat it. You got the ball back, bad play, bummer, handoff, draw, punt, we're good. Damn. Fortunate. Next one here, 3rd and 11. Never good when you're standing on the Bills' L here, but ripping a comeback to the bottom, outstanding. Nice anticipation, beautiful throw. I'm not sure what the second spin was here, but man, that is a beautiful job from Trevor Lawrence and the Jags. Watch the footwork again, lined up to the left. See him dovetail. You're welcome. A little pressure from the flank there. Nice job by 17 seeing it just barely. But look at him lined up to the left. A little clicky, but it doesn't matter when you're in rhythm like that. That's a beautiful job. This is a really nice throw. This is a big-time hookup from 3rd and 11 from under the shadow of your own goalpost. It is not a good feeling when you take a drop into your end zone like this, especially on 3rd and forever. Look at this throw. Now, is it thrown with great anticipation? No. But it's thrown with a little bit of anticipation, right? Like there he is coming out of it. It's a great, got some velocity on it, right up on him. That's a hell of a job. That's a big-time 3rd down conversion. Get yourself out there, get another set of downs. Again, I love the footwork to the left. You can tell that dovetail that I talk about where you kind of quarter roll into it. So when you hitch, you're back over the center right there. It's beautiful. It's really a nice job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tight hitch throw. Great timing, rhythm, ball location. Let's go. Another nice 3rd down conversion here. 3rd and 7 to the field. We're going to throw a stop down here to the number 1. I I think the throw is impressive. Let me state that. I think Trevor Lawrence makes it probably more difficult than he has to with the fadeaway. He might think he's hot when he gets blocked up, and maybe he is technically hot, but the offensive line kind of falls into it. I think that is the case, if I'm being honest. Watch that left guard and center pass that thing off right there and kind of fall into that pass pro. Because that's a really nice job from Trevor Lawrence, putting that back foot in the ground and ripping it, especially if he thinks he's hot, to be able to throw that thing. Just appreciate how far of a throw this is. So bottom of the screen, stop. I mean, he's throwing that thing, backing up, back foot in the ground, anticipation, outside the numbers, no hitch. That's a big time throw. Love the arm talent. And again, playing that thing like he's hot. And what I mean by that is he probably thinks, and I think he's probably right, that the back here is on a duel from 1 to 2. So if this backer were to come right here, the center would come back and block him. Well, when this backer drops out of there, it then frees up this center to then be able to become part of the turn here with the guard. So they're able to kind of sort this nonsense off where they can pass this thing off, and then the back gets the first one. So a little fortunate, really nice pass protection from the unit up front and the back. But man, Trevor Lawrence gets it off regardless. Even if he was hot, I think he gets that off. Again, nice job from the left guard, center, buy enough time, pass that thing off, and drive that thing outside the numbers to the far sideline on 3rd and 7. Let's go. Next one here, a really nice burst square out up top. Nice job from Trevor Lawrence playing with anticipation right here. It's a beautiful route. I really love this. Again, if you're being super picky, you'd say 16. You don't want to be going backwards very often, but I think he feels all those guys kind of in his lap, and he's strong enough to go backwards and throw this thing with anticipation. So what is this route? Pretty rare, in my opinion, to see an out thrown versus press coverage, but these kind of what I'm used to calling a burst, so inside release, up, and then square out, as opposed to like traditional speed out, which would probably get converted versus press man like this with a half field safety. So footwork wise here, once Trevor Lawrence hits his back foot, his reset is actually kind of like backwards, and he can't really get through it because he's got all these cats in his lap, but he's got the torque to be able to throw this. And then you add on the layer of anticipation to this versus press man. This is a pretty damn impressive rep. So I'll pause this thing at the top just so you can see the anticipation that he's playing with. Well, watch that route up top, inside, up, out. And again, when does he let that thing go? Right there. You can see the wide receiver not out of that route yet, right? Great anticipation outside the numbers versus press man. Let's go. Beautiful. Really nice job. Trevor Lawrence operates within this world of anticipation and everything else, and his game slows down for him. It's going to be hard to stop him. This is another brutal one for me. 3rd and 11. Trevor Lawrence, again, in my opinion, playing this thing too quickly. Empty 3x2. This ends up being an iteration of 4 verticals. 3x1, 4 verticals. We can't hold on to the ball. Turnover. It's a bummer, man. It's sickening, actually, to your stomach when you look at the play and how it's probably read and how he probably should get to the number 2 running the jerk route. Just staying in the pocket, not moving to trouble. Again, moving to trouble is always a bad characteristic for a quarterback, but there's really no reason to do it here. So what is the play? So first off, I'm saying the ball probably should go to what I'm used to calling a jerk route. So up, you settle up like you're supposed to stop here. You kind of give a little move maybe and come back across. The reason they call it a jerk is because it makes the guy who's covering you look like a jerk. Okay, now what is this play? Everything else. To me, this play is just 4 verticals. So here are the 4 verticals. There's a special, there's the seam, and there's the go. Okay, so the yellow is the 4 verticals, and the blue is the check down. The jerk is the check down. So when you get back to what I'm going to just call some iteration of quarters, and we'll call it quarters, who knows what the hell it is. Okay, to me, I'm immediately thinking check down. Well, this jerk operates as the check down in this empty concept. So just take your 3. You don't like it, get the ball to the jerk. And again, easy for me to say with the clicker. It's hard for some guys to realize 3rd and long, just throw the glorified check down, but it probably gets a first here. I mean, when they're running with the verticals on the other side, it's going to be a big hit. 1, 2, 3, jerk, jerk. There's no reason to go. I know he thinks it probably opens up there, but just play it out where take any seam you want. The 2 or the 3 up top, you don't like it, jerk. That's a play Trevor Lawrence has to make. Because again, you're taking all these unnecessary hits or opportunities to turn the ball over because you're playing too quickly. You don't have to leave. 1, 2, 3, no, jerk. Just stay within the pocket. You can see it coming open to 13 right there. I mean, it's going to be a hit. It's going to be a first down. This is just, it's a bummer, man. And he's got to learn to do this pretty quickly because it saturates his film, if we're being honest, as far as him playing too quickly on some of these plays. Because these plays are there. Dougie P is in his bag right here. 3rd and 11, we can get a first down there. Instead, we turn the ball over. Holy moly. Next one here, 1st and 10. This is a beautiful dip and rip at the top after a play action, comeback to the bottom. 20-yard comeback, but watch Trevor Lawrence hit him with the dip and rip. Just clinic tape. Whoop. Reset. In rhythm. Let's go. Great separation at the top of this route as well. So much to like here. From the back, absolutely picture look of dip and rip. Dip that right shoulder. Keep 2 hands on the ball. Reset your feet. Drive it down the field. Keep it in rhythm. Y'all, we are rolling right here. This is excellent quarterbacking. So just watch that right shoulder post play fake, and I'll slow it down for you. They're doing a nice job bringing issues on the edge. Right tackle's in a tough spot. Hit that back foot. Dip up. Bring the ball with you. 2 hands on it. Reset. Throw with anticipation to the bottom. Ha ha! It's not even a comeback. It's more hingy, huh? Open to the inside. Beautiful job. Great separation at the top of that hinge. That is a thing of beauty. This really is a beautiful rep, especially for how big he is to be able to move with this kind of grace. 2 hands, whoop, reset, rip. That's awesome. Last one here, 3rd and 4. Really the play to seal this thing. Inside fade to the bottom. Love the aggressiveness. Great play call. Nice vision to be able to see it. Looks like Trevor actually checks to it too. Verse 0, inside fade, big time hookup. That's a hell of a play. That's a massive, massive hookup. That a way to get to the play that he wants. He's actually got a free runner on the other side. That is in the bucket. You got to give your guy a shot. I love the aggressiveness as well. Just inside fade to the number 2. You can see here, I love the operational system for him. Looks like he gets into exactly what he wants down here to the bottom. He's got a free runner to the left. So he's got the kind of wherewithal to know he's got to get this thing up. 1, 2, 3, no hitch. Takes a little shot, and that's in the bucket. Just a really nice job. Again, watch when he lets this thing go. 1, 2, 3, no hitch. Free runner up top. His guy's not winning down here to the bottom yet. He just trusts him to win. And again, it helps when the guy runs right by him and you drop one right in the bucket. Beautiful throw. Great operation here. Look at the free runner on the left. And it's blocked up perfectly. They're bringing 6. We've only got 5 to protect. Nice job by the left guard, left tackle here on the right side. All his cleats in the ground. Take a shot and drop it in the bucket. Big win. So that is a wrap. Trevor Lawrence, big win versus a really good opponent. I know they're struggling personnel-wise on the defensive side, but still, great win. Nice job icing it. I also thought Trevor Lawrence just made a bunch of really nice, big-time NFL throws. Now, is it perfect? Absolutely not. I think the thing that jumps off the film more than anything else as far as things to work with, and I thought the broadcast did as good of a job as I can remember of someone actually naming and explaining what the issue is and then seeing it on film, watching it back, is he just plays some things too quickly. And whether he doesn't trust it or doesn't quite see it well enough, there's an element of him exiting too quickly that led to some disaster elements of this. And so if he can clean that up and just continue to grow and trust within the system, those plays outside of structure will come. You don't have to go early to be able to do it. He can get through that read, that saying that I like to say all the time, 1, 2, 3, you can play for me. Well, right now he's doing occasionally 1 and runs and it's getting him into trouble. So just settling into that, because when he's settled in, he looks really, really good as far as being polished, lined up to his left, consistent base, ripping the ball, playing with anticipation. There's a lot to like right now for the Jags in that offense. Fired up to see more. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.